Just real quick before we get started, I want to thank everybody who watched my last video about Xbox original backwards compatibility titles. That video now has about 1.3 thousand views. That is incredible. Thank you all so much for whoever did check out that video. And whoever is tuning in again, this is evolving content. I am not promoting the best content, of course, but it is a start. Like I said, I did start YouTube back in September, so it is constantly getting better, and that was just awesome. So thank you everybody who got to all those views, the comments, all you people that were watching and commenting back, telling me your favorite original Xbox game. It was so cool. Thank you all again, and let's start this video. What's going on, everybody? It's me, Brandon, and I'm back again with another episode, and today is a new kind of episode. This is a new series I want to start. It's a small 5 to 10 minute series that is about video games that I'm currently playing. We are going to be calling it What Am I Playing? A simple name just like that. I played a lot of great games in the past week or so, and I think they totally need to be talked about. So this is a series where I'm not talking exclusively about Xbox, Nintendo, or PlayStation. It's a little bit of everything. So we're just going to go ahead and jump into what games I've been playing recently. Let's talk about the game that I beat first last week, and that game was finally Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 was an excellent game, another great Far Cry. I love those games. I've been playing them since Far Cry 2, and I think the villains just keep getting better. Aside from Far Cry Primal, I did not like that game. That was a really weird game. I wish they played around with the DLC, hoping that they had dinosaurs. Why no dinosaurs? Come on, Ubisoft, please, just give me dinosaurs. Anyway, Far Cry 5 picks up back at it again with these crazy villains, and this main game, this main villain of this game is Joseph Seed, or as the cultists of his group called him, the Father. He's a very religious figure in this fictional Montana of Hope County, and my goodness, this guy was nuts. The intro was crazy, and every time Joseph Seed was on the screen, I was very interested to see where it's going to go. But he had these scenes where you're like, he's interviewing you, and it's so weird because there's like this thing that you want to like him. You almost like him more than the main character, and it's pretty spooky. Far Cry does a really good job with making you love the villain, which is really weird, and I think it's actually really awesome. Not to mention, no spoilers, but I think Far Cry 5 is probably one of the darkest stories I've played in quite a while. I thought the ending to that game, or the ending I did get, there are numerous, but I thought the ending that I got was really unsettling. It's something that I didn't expect, and I thought it really pushed the boundaries on some video game narratives, especially for the traditional FPS. Far Cry 5, great game. Next is a game that came out on Friday, 4/20, also same day as Nintendo Labo. I did not pick up Nintendo Labo because it's Nintendo Labo. I'm not bashing Nintendo Labo. I think it's a very cool concept. I think it's really neat. I do own a dog. I have a dog. I love my dog. But Nintendo Labo is cardboard, and Nintendo cardboard and my dog would probably not go over well. Not to mention, I think it would probably be thrown out within a year or two from now. So I'm holding off for Nintendo Labo for now. Maybe once it gets around to the $30 mark or so, one day I will pick it up. Who knows if it ever will drop that low. However, the game I did buy on Friday was God of War, and I played that game as much as I could. I beat it last night, and I think that is truly the best PlayStation game you can play at the moment. I think it is better than The Last of Us. And I love the Uncharted games, and I think that story of God of War was absolutely beautiful. And it blew me away. Uncharted is my favorite PlayStation exclusive series. I love Nathan Drake. I love his whole adventures with Sully, Elena, Chloe. You can go on and on and on. I played Uncharted 2 over 10 times. Somewhat straight, I don't want to admit that. I love Uncharted 2. It's definitely one of my favorite games of all time. But this new God of War was a very personal story, and I thought seeing Kratos come back more humanized, and he has a son named Atreus, and I just thought their soul story and the whole purpose of the campaign was really, really something else. That game showed some special stuff that I've never expected to see in a video game, or at least even entertainment in general. The God of War basically is taken in one whole shot. Now what that means is that there's no cutting, there's no loading screens, it's all seamless, and it blew my mind, some of the things you see. And then the end game was really fantastic. I didn't do a lot of side quests because I just needed to get to the end of the story, because it was so intense. Like, I needed to figure out what was going to happen, and the ending was just perfect for me. I think God of War is excellent. There are some issues with the game that I couldn't really get into that much. I thought the RPG elements were a little bit weird at first, but I did end up getting used to it. I did pick up some frame rate hiccups here and there. I did play on the launch PS4. However, I think I can totally brush those aside because God of War, like I said, is a fantastic game. Now, aside from Far Cry 5, and also aside from God of War and Nintendo Labo, I did pick up Blinx the Time Sweeper. As you all know, I am a big fan of the original Xbox, one of my favorite consoles of all time. It may even be my favorite video game console of all time. I really can't talk about it enough. However, I picked up Blinx the Time Sweeper. I played about 3 worlds of it the first night, and right after this video, I'm going right back to Blinx because I can't wait to play that game again. Xbox original backwards compatibility is such a cool thing on the Xbox One, and I love it. I think the Xbox One is just an incredible piece of hardware. I do have an Xbox One X. I don't have a 4K TV yet. However, I think the console itself and the hardware is really impressive, and I do like it more so than my PlayStation. My PlayStation, I do play for my exclusives. It is also the console I did start out with first, which was PlayStation. I bought the PlayStation 4 at launch at midnight, and I love it to death, but I just think the Xbox and how it works with its apps and the third-party games and the graphics, it's really great. Like I said, though, I love the Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Really can't complain. I think this generation is top-notch overall. But yeah, Blinx the Time Sweeper. So cool to replay that game again. I got a little bit farther. Like I was saying, I played like 3 worlds in the first sitting, and it's so great. I'm definitely going to be picking up the rest of those backwards compatible titles because they are just so good and they're worth the money. A lot of those are like $10 to $15 piece, and they are excellent games you can't really get nowadays. Yeah, I think it's incredible, those games. And that is the end of this episode today. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. If you're trying to find me, I'm on Twitter and Instagram as The Wednesdaynator. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. And if you're not a subscriber and enjoyed this content today, please consider subscribing for more upcoming content. Thanks again, everybody. Thank you all for watching. I will be back later this week because I believe the original Xbox Duke Hyperkin controller comes out, and I cannot wait to totally break into that thing and see how it plays, and especially with the original Xbox backwards compatible titles. That is it today. Thank you, everybody, and I will see you all next time.